Greetings, welcome back to my channel. I have an urgent message to share with my subscribers, which pertains to the Eastern Conference Finals of the NHL. If you have a friend or family member that is a Carolina Hurricanes fan, please give your friend or family member a call. If you have a friend or family member that is cheering for the Carolina Hurricanes in the matchup against the Florida Panthers, I would ask you, please give your friend a wellness check. I mean, it seems to me that all of the wind has been let out of the Carolina Hurricanes franchise in the last two games of the Eastern Conference Finals. Family, it was a massacre taking place last night. As a fan of the Florida Panthers, needless to say, I was very elated by the results of the last two games. I can't lie about that. The last two games were excellent for the Florida Panthers franchise and its fan base. In game one, there was a dominant performance by the Florida Panthers. Defensively and offensively, they were playing an elite game in game one. They actually scored the first goal and set the tone throughout the game. You know, in three periods, the Carolina Hurricanes were only able to score two goals throughout the whole game. But it was a lopsided affair from start to finish, despite those two goals that they managed to score. But in game two, this is what actually took away all of the pride, all of the competitiveness. Game two was a complete disaster. It was a train wreck for the Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, we don't need to mince words about this. The final score of game two was Florida Panthers 5, Carolina Hurricanes 0. Okay, in hockey terminology, 0 goals is called a shutout, right? And when a shutout occurs, this mainly is a testament to the skill of the goalie. This is an indictment on the offensive prowess of the team that was unable to score. Okay, we saw that even against the Toronto Maple Leafs, there were two shutouts. One, the Leafs actually had a shutout against the Panthers, and the Panthers had a shutout against the Leafs. Okay, but needless to say, when this occurs, nobody is happy, except the team that won the game. Okay, and this is why I'm saying we all need to check on our loved ones, particularly those that are Carolina Hurricanes fans. We need to make sure that everything is okay. Make sure that they understand that it was just a game, and that there's always next year. It may appear to be a sweep. Yes, it does appear to be a sweep that is unfolding, but this doesn't mean that all hope is lost for their franchise. At some point they may have all the pieces in place to secure a victory in the finals. We don't know when this will happen. All right. See, as a fan of a team, you have to have some tolerance for ambiguity. There will be ups, there will be downs, but at some point you're gonna have a favorable result. All right. It's just not gonna happen in 2025. It's not going to occur in this year. And we know that it seems to me that the Florida Panthers have a very good chance of repeating what took place last year. All right, and so it will either be the Dallas Stars that will be defeated, or it will be the Edmonton Oilers that will meet their end at the hands of a very good franchise. The Florida Panthers appear to be a well-oiled machine, and the sky is the limit for their franchise. One of the things I noticed in last night's game is that the Florida Panthers defense has become even more suffocating than usual. It was clear that the Carolina Hurricanes had difficulties pushing the puck within scoring distance. They couldn't even get close to the goal on numerous occasions. And when they did, obviously they were unsuccessful because they didn't score any goals last night. Okay, so it's not looking good. It's really not looking good for the Carolina Hurricanes. And let's hope that they are put out of their misery very quickly, in the next two games. Let's hope that they will at least be able to have an early vacation, which is a good concession. Some of the places they can look at taking vacation at this time of year are places like Jamaica, places like the Bahamas. You have Guyana, Turks and Caicos, Hawaii. They can go to Cancun, if they want like a tropical climate, or the Carolina Hurricanes might decide to go to Europe. They could go to Europe and see the various sites, ancient ruins. So and I think they have a really big budget as a franchise. All of their players are well paid, so they won't have any difficulties affording anything. I don't know if the team would have given them airfare, hotel fare, and what have you. But I would think if they made it this far, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, the team should at least pay for their vacation. So as we all know, there's not going to be a game five. So if there's no game five, they can plan from pretty much right after game four. Game four is coming up in relatively soon time or short time, you know. But if you have any suggestions about where the Carolina Hurricanes can take their vacation, you can post it in the comments below, and I will be sure to post this on my Twitter page, which is Jamal Curry or at Rash Jamal on X, formerly known as Twitter. But family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.